Peter Greste is live for us in Cairo. And Peter, what's come out of this press conference and this meeting in Cairo?
Well, as you've heard, Ban Ki-moon has encouraged both sides to stop the fighting, to try and reach some kind of truce. And we know that there has been a very intensive round of diplomatic negotiations. We've had an Israeli delegation here a couple of days ago. There was Hamas's leader, Khaled Mashal, who has been talking to the Egyptians. We know that we don't have the content of what those discussions were. We don't know any of the detail of what they've been talking about. But the Egyptians have been right in the middle of this, and the sense that we're getting from the Egyptians, from the Egyptian leaders and the Prime Minister in particular, is that the momentum appears to be moving towards some kind of ceasefire agreement. As I say, without the detail, it's impossible to say, first of all, what that agreement might be and whether or not it will be successful. But the fact that everyone is being very quiet about this, the fact that we don't have any detail, is perhaps in itself an encouraging sign. And certainly Ban Ki-moon and the Arab League ministers who are going to Gaza later this morning, in about an hour's time in fact, they wouldn't be doing that if they didn't feel confident that the situation was stable enough and under control enough for them to make that trip safely. They also wouldn't be going unless I think they felt that there was something concrete to discuss. Now, without the detail, until that announcement is made, we obviously can't say for certain that an agreement is imminent, but certainly the signs are fairly encouraging.
And Peter, what needs to happen now? As you said, Ban Ki-moon is travelling to Gaza. We know that he's going to Israel. But what actually needs to happen before a ceasefire is a real possibility?
It's very difficult to say. Without the detail, it's hard to know which way the talks are moving. Remember that Hamas has consistently insisted that Israel must stop its attacks on Gaza and it must also lift the blockade. The Israelis have also insisted that they won't stop fighting until Hamas stops shooting its rockets over the border. Now, how the Egyptians, how the diplomats are planning to reconcile these two very different positions is impossible to know. But there is enormous pressure from all sides, from the international community, from the Arab League, from the Egyptians, to try and come up with some solution. I think it's also worth remembering that Israel itself is under enormous pressure internationally, but also domestically, I think, not to see this crisis escalate. The Israelis have managed to win quite a lot of domestic support, but if this continues any longer, then I think they could see that support erode. So from both sides, there is incentive to try and reach some kind of resolution that allows them both to claim a victory and see the fighting end.
That's Peter Greste joining us from Cairo. Peter, thank you.